Hi everybody, AstroTarotJohn here, and today is the daily tarot card pull for Friday, January 23rd, 2026, and we have the Ten of Swords from the Gendron Tarot. Whew, the Ten of Swords is a doozy. It is a very challenging card to pull for today, and we have to deal with it. It's kind of a curveball. It's a card that when we see it, we often kind of flinch a little bit. It's one of my top 10 baddies of the tarot when I teach that class. The Ten of Swords can represent an ending in the tarot. The ace through the tens, the pips we call them, are cyclical. So aces often represent the beginnings of events. The tens represent the ends of events. The Ten of Swords can represent an ending. It can represent kind of an ugly ending. One of my earliest tarot teachers actually called this card, "Don't kick the horse, it's dead," which I thought was a very poignant way to put it at the time. She was not one to mince words. This card does not mince words either. It talks about ugly endings. It talks about victims and martyrs and feeling powerless or feeling like a victim. It also talks about sacrificing. It also talks about letting others go first, taking a back seat in a little bit of a more positive way. It can be self-deprecating humor. It can be looking at life as saying, you know what, it couldn't possibly get any worse. Other things that you can say with this card is that it's darkest before the dawn. So you can look at it as a silver lining in that way too. However, with this card today, there are a couple pieces of advice I can give you. The first one is that whatever this thing is that you're dealing with right now, today likely it's going to be over. So even if you have an ending today, likely it's going to be an ugly ending, but at least it's going to be over. My wife and I talk about a lot of things, and one of the things she's often said to me is, how much is it worth to you for this to be over? And when the Ten of Swords comes up, it often represents an ending that is not particularly good, but at least it's over. So my first piece of advice to you is to say, endure the ending, because at least it's an ending. The second piece of the puzzle today really talks about feeling like a victim, feeling like someone is taking advantage of you. If you, in your life, feel right now that someone or something, a person, an organization, a situation is taking advantage of you, that may well be true. The question is, what do you choose to do about it from here? There are some days when we all are going to feel like we're being taken advantage of in our community organizations, at work, at home. And there are some days when it's going to feel that way. So what are you going to do about it? Some days it's your day. Tomorrow, what are you going to do about it? So my advice to you today is, okay, if you've got to take it today, what are you going to do about it tomorrow? I look at the tarot as a tool of empowerment. It is not meant to make you feel powerless. It is meant to show you what is going on and allow you to make the decisions. I'm a big Peloton guy. That's my chosen form of exercise. And one of my favorite Peloton instructors is Matt Wilpers. And one of his axioms is, I make suggestions, you make decisions. And I really like that. The tarot is designed to do that. It makes suggestions and you make decisions. Finally, when you're talking about this particular day on the 23rd, this may be a day where your interests take a back seat. Some days you get up in the morning and you expect to get a lot done. This day is probably not a day where you will get a lot done. You should probably put your interests on the back burner and wait for another day to get things done. The interests of other people will likely supersede yours today. And again, you're going to have days like that sometimes. In any case, my name is AstroTarotJohn. Thank you so much as always for watching this video. I look forward to seeing you across my table soon, whether virtually or in person.